CBS 4 Chief Meteorologist Craig Setzer and the new advisory just in from the National Hurricane Center. Craig.
The new advisory is in, and I wish I could say, guess what? There's been a shift in the track. There's a little change here. There's a little change there. It is basically just the same as earlier, and I'll show you that in just a second. First off, let's update where the storm is. Located right now 55 miles to the east-northeast of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Still 185-mile-an-hour winds, moving to the west-northwest at 16, Category 5. And we're going to start talking about the latitude and longitude here, because those numbers are going to be things that we watch closely in terms of the latitude being how far north or south the storm is going, and the longitude, and that's the west number. We expect this number to come up slowly, the longitude number to come up more quickly, because the storm is moving quicker west than it is moving to the north. But eventually, that number there will start going more quickly, the latitude, so it'll be going more north, and this number here will slow down. And that's the turn. That's what we're going to be concerned about, where that turn takes place, because if this number is between about 78 and 80, that means that it's south or just a little south-southeast of South Florida. I'll show you that as we get to the future track. Here's where it is right now. There is the storm size, the tropical storm force winds. Here's the new future track now. This is the Thursday afternoon time frame. It looks like the center of the storm is going to stay to the north of Hispaniola. Sometimes we have storms that go over this very mountainous island of the northern Caribbean, which disrupts the circulation. There may be a little bit of disruption as it passes, but since the core is not going over, there won't be a significant disruption. Only disruption would be that winds have to come down the mountain into the storm. Sometimes there's a little bit of a drying effect to that. After that, it's through the Turks and Caicos Thursday night, where there could be a catastrophic storm surge with it. Storm surge over 20 feet possible in there, the southeast Bahamas as well as the Turks and Caicos. This is the Friday afternoon time frame here. And now you can see the cone is getting a little bit further north of Cuba. Before it was closer to Cuba, now a little bit further north. Here is the Saturday afternoon time frame, and you can start to see the makings of the turn. There's our Friday position, there's our Saturday position, Category 4, the forecast intensity. At this point, could it keep going a little bit further south? Still a possibility. Could it keep going north? Still a possibility, and then turn there. But here is our Sunday. That's at 2 p.m. This, if you remember from the 11 a.m. advisory, that was almost identical to the forecast point, our 4-day forecast point. That is Sunday afternoon. So it is the Hurricane Center forecasters thinking that this is their best guess for where the center of Irma will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Now, this far out, 4 days out, there's some error. That's why we have the cone, because the center could be over here. It could be out here to the east, but this is not a good sign for us. And that black line right there, that is 80. This black line right here, that's 25, and so that's the number we're going to be watching. As it gets close to 80, you can see it's due south of Florida, so we want it to stay, that number to stay over here in the 70s, not get to around 80, because that'll be going towards South Florida. If it crosses 80 and keeps going, that's not a bad thing, but that 80 number is going to be something we're going to be watching closely. And then after that, it is to the north, and could be right along the coast. If it's offshore, but it's probably a due northerly motion, and there is still some possibility that the west coast of Florida could feel the impact there with the core of the storm. Here's the latest hurricane force wind swath, and basically I've outlined the cone here because the cone tracks the center, but this area right here, especially that red area, that is the highest likelihood of winds greater than 75 miles an hour sustained. That means it's blowing 75, gusting higher. And as we go through time here and the storm gets closer, that red increasingly more and more close to South Florida, but you can almost make out the outline of where the core of the storm right now in this forecast is expected to be. Here's the latest radar from San Juan, and you can see the core of Irma just to the northeast there, and it looks like the core itself, where the worst of the weather is, the highest of the winds, is probably going to stay just offshore, and that would be a good thing. This second band here is pretty strong, by the way, and so the wind's coming up quite a bit in Puerto Rico. There is the loop, and pretty spectacular from a meteorological point of view, looking hurricane. You can see it there, and you take that and kind of move it over here, and you can see how things stack up there. So our timeline remains unchanged with the new advisory. Through tomorrow, hot sun and some storms. Friday, still hot sun and some storms. Friday is our last good weather day for preparation. Saturday, the winds increase, the squalls increase. You will want to be where you're going to stay and wait out the storm and not venture out. I would say right now by noon on Saturday, if it speeds up, it could be earlier, but let's have everybody where they're going to be by Saturday morning where they need to be.